Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Luca Russia, and today I want to talk about Victus, better known as the TranZit curve. Now, I want to read you guys a quote from the timeline. It starts with July 4th, 1941. Richtofen returns to the lab under Alcatraz, where we meet Victus, arriving from the empty Earth with the Chronorium. Upon reading the Chronorium, Richtofen discovers numerous timelines documenting their fates and learns about the blood vials. He would later write on the page, "I know what I must do," signed Edward Richtofen, 4/7/1941. Richtofen enters the rift to acquire the blood of Sal and Finn. After delivering the blood to his younger self and recovering the blood vials belonging to Victus, he returns. Victus is placed, in quotes, on ice to be kept safe until they are needed next. So I think this is an extremely interesting quote, and there's a lot that is going on within it, and I think that people haven't gone over the fact that Victus is actually extremely important in all of this. Now, as we know, Victus obviously went to empty Earth and they actually got the Chronorium for Richtofen, but my question is, has Victus actually read the Chronorium, and why would they allow themselves to be placed on ice? And what is their purpose in the future? So personally, I think that Victus has read the Chronorium, and it would make a lot of sense, because in order to enter the empty Earth, you actually are required to have a soul. And it's the same thing to actually open the Chronorium. You actually do need to have a soul to read it. And unless Richtofen is the best sweet talker in the world, it would be pretty hard to convince me and a group of other people to actually go on ice, quote unquote, for a later event. My theory is that Victus actually knows their future, and they know what is going to be happening because the Chronorium is all-knowing. It knows what happened in the past, and it knows what's happening in the future. So I think that Victus actually read what is going to happen in the future, and then they're like, okay, well, in order to do this, we actually need to be placed on ice. And now the question becomes, what is going to be their purpose in the future of zombies? Now, this could go many different ways. This could be literally infinite possibilities, but I think a couple of things are more likely than others. Now, the first option is that the Black Ops 2 universe, specifically TranZit, Die Rise, and Buried, are actually going to start becoming canon again. And it's already shown with the comic that Treyarch does have an interest in these characters. Obviously, why would they bring them up in order to only grab the Chronorium? They could have just done that in a little bitty piece, and they didn't really need to explain it in a whole comic series. There are much bigger plans for them in the future, and I believe that if they can bring back TranZit, Die Rise, and Buried, there are more possibilities that they could explore that they haven't done already. Especially revisiting the ending of the Buried Easter egg, even though that is currently not canon. If they did try to make it canon again and they reworked the Easter egg in the storyline, that could be extremely interesting. There's also the possibility that they could return in Black Ops 4, World War II, or whatever Treyarch's next game is. There's also the possibility that they could be reworked into the storyline when Mob of the Dead is eventually remastered in Treyarch's next game. Because I think at this point we can all agree that's going to happen, and with Victus being on ice in the Alcatraz facility, it would actually make sense if they reworked Mob of the Dead's story a little bit, which they're probably going to do to make it entirely canon and make everything fit. And if all of a sudden Victus showed up to help them actually break the cycle instead of continuing it, that would actually be incredibly interesting, and that would be so worth it. And then there's the obvious last possibility that Treyarch really doesn't know what they want to do with them right now. They said, okay, well, we're going to put these guys on hold, and we're going to sit there and we're going to figure this out, and if we eventually want to work them back into the storyline, then we can. But there are near limitless possibilities with this. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Victus has read the Chronorium? Do you think that they've actually been put on ice for a reason? What do you think their purpose is? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. While you're down there, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe if you guys are new around here, and turn on the notifications because you're my daddy. By the way, I'm actually going to have someone linked at the end of this video. I want you guys to go check them out and put on their video. Just put, Russian sent me or whatever it is, right? Because every once in a while in a video, this isn't going to become a shout out series or anything like that. I just kind of want to give a shout out to somebody that I think deserves a little bit more subs, whether I'm friends with them or not, whatever it is, right? I just kind of want to give somebody a few subs. So if you guys could go check out that person, I'd really appreciate it. I'm not sure who I'm going to have in this video just yet, but I'll have it linked in the description. I'll have probably an annotation or a card or whatever it is now for it. I'll have it pinned in the comments somewhere. Go check them out and tell them I sent you. Anyway, I do love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.